So what I'm going to show you, I'm going to show you a couple different things, ways to look at your pentatonic scale, just the pentatonic. So you're playing just 5 different notes. Now we're going to do this in B. Remember, you can transpose. So if you're doing it in B, here's the regular scale, right? So I'm going to show you a different version of this. But you're playing B, D, E, F sharp, A. Those are the 5 different notes. And that's, you go right back to the octave. But of course, when you play this scale, you're playing more than 5 notes. But they're playing 5 different notes. So if you're playing this first position bar chord that's shaped like that, I call it a first position because from the school that I came from, if you borrow 6 strings, it's a first position. But if you borrow the first 5 strings, this is based like on an E and this is based like on an A, that finger right there. But this bar chord is the first 5 strings. So what we're going to do is we're going to take, so if you're playing B, and you're kind of tired just playing blues scales with extension like that, this is what this video is. So you could, these are just the suggestions. So here I am, and this is a scale right here. Okay? So it's got those 5 different notes in it. And then there's some extra notes, as a matter of fact, like they all do. All these scales have, some extra notes. Okay? Or you can play it. So some extra notes, but it's just a way of looking at it. So you're in this position, then this position. And you can go, you can just play it like here, and then you could start, on the 3rd string on the 9th fret, 4th string. So we're 9 to 7, 9 to 7. And then we're on the 4th string, 4th to 2nd, and then 5th to 2nd on the 5th. And you can go back and forth. You start right there, and you can play it any way that you want. So this is what I have. Just look at this first measure in between the double lines, okay? Got double lines, and then we stop right here. So this is a scale with some extra notes, like they all have extra notes, but essentially those 5 different notes are there. Okay? So you can go back and forth. You could start either way, and you're in B. And it's just a different way. It's another way of playing leads. Especially if you're starting out, you could just use just these sections right here and just these few notes. Once again, we're in the key of B, okay? I can go back and forth. 9, 7, 9, 7. 9, 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, 9. So I'm just going back and forth if I want right here. Or I could start from here and go all the way over. So remember, each section, each position that I'm showing you are, is within these double lines. So you can play it like that, or you can just play it the way that I had it. And you can go this way. All right, so the second way of doing it, we're going to call this the first way, and then we're going to call this the second way. And we might not even get to the other ways. This might turn into a longer video than I thought. I want to make it, as short as possible for you guys so you can get to practicing it. So the first way is going from this note to that note, or just repeating these 4, and you don't have to play it. You can play just 2 or 3 of them. You can go back and forth. All right, that's that way. So now where it says 2, between these double lines and these double lines, you're going to start on the B, because we're in the key of B. So I'm having you start on that. Except over here, I didn't have you start on that B. All right? I had you start on the notes outside. So sometimes you can start on outside notes, but it's within that key. But we're going to start on the B this time and play 7th and 10th frets, 7th and 9th, and that's on the 5th, 6th, then to the 5th strings, 7, 10, 7, 9. Now you're going to play sometimes like you can use those positions. First position bar chord, second position bar chord. And I'm playing, look how easy this is. Or I could just play it right here. That was on the 6th and 5th strings, 7th and 10th. Frets on that 6th string, and then 7th and 9th on the 5th string. Now you move it up to 3rd string, 2nd and 4th, and then the 2nd string, 3rd and 5th frets. And put them all together. So that's right over there too. Rather over here. And I think maybe I'm just going to go over just one more. Okay? So, with you. But you can see that on the second line here, okay, you can play it right in between here. I'm going to play this one here for you. I'm going to try to keep this under 10 minutes. All right, you got the fingering down here. So we're still in the key of B. Remember, you could do all these, like the scale that I just played, number 2, version. I'm going to call it the 2 version. You could play that in A. Okay? You can play it, you can even go up to C sharp and just memorize the fingering. All right? It's a little bit more complicated than that actually, but just start in B and then. All right, so let's try this one, the scale with the extra notes. We're going to call this one 4. All right? I'm going to go over 4, going over this one right with you. All right, and that is right here. I like this one a lot. I use this one a lot. So if I'm just, I want to play these notes like at different positions. What I mean by the different positions, within here, in this area, and then 3 frets. Sometimes you can go in, or within 3 or 4 frets, you can go in and outside the box. Then you have the B right here. And that's what I have for you right there. All right, let's do the third one, because I guess I can keep this under 10 minutes. Here's the third one. And we start on the 7th fret of the 1st string, 10th fret of that 2nd string, 7th fret of the 2nd string, 9th fret. And then we're going to go right over to the 4th string and play the 4th and 2nd frets, and then the 5th string, 5th. Then you can just go backwards as well. But here it is forward. You can play it. And you kind of start on the 1st string. Now you're on that 4th string. And that's another scale with extra notes. It's got all 5 of the notes, but some of them are repeating for number 3 right there. So now you have all these different ways of playing leads. Remember, when you play leads, guys, need that very many notes, especially when you're just starting out. You see a lot of players play it like, play it with feeling. It's like in the first place right there, that first form or first position. Or this way. So that's what I have for you. Just try to take one of them at a time if you've never done this before, because it can get overwhelming. But this is 4 different ways that you can play leads that are different than this scale, this typical pentatonic scale. I wanted to give you some options, some choices. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Keep playing and have fun.